What's up, everybody? It's Jasmine, and it is it 4 a.m? Yeah, so anyway, I haven't been able to get to sleep, which is a little bit unfortunate, but thankfully I'm on holiday, so it doesn't really matter. But anyway, I thought I would check up on Dr. Dray because I noticed that one of my subscribers was a subscriber to her, so I was like, oh, what's going on? It just reminded me to go check her out. And so anyway, I see on the comments people saying like, oh, it's so, you make dermatology so accessible to people. And the person that commented on my reaction video of her, they said something like, something about that they were kind of like explaining to me that sunscreen is so important, and it's like, the key to youthfulness, and that the beauty industry is trying to sell you all these products and things like that, but the only thing that you really need is sunscreen, right? And while I felt like a little bit like I was being preaching to the choir, really, because growing up in New Zealand, we have a big hole in the ozone layer over New Zealand and Australia, and basically what that means is that you can burn when it's cloudy. You can burn any time of the year, it doesn't matter. So sunscreen, not just to look young, but just to not get skin cancer, is like the thing. We have ads on TV reminding everybody to slip, slop, slap, and wrap. That's how the advertisement goes, and that's a PSA from the government to remind us to cover up and everything, because we're gonna burn, and it doesn't matter if you care about looks or whatever. The main reason would be to prevent skin cancer. So anyway, I thought that was a little bit funny, but then I can understand why people wouldn't know that if they didn't grow up in New Zealand and things like that. But then I felt like if Dr. Dray is this revolutionary person that is bringing about this new knowledge to everybody that all you need is sunscreen, well, I can do that. I can be the new Dr. Dray, and I don't have to give you vlogs where I'm like doing yoga and showing off my bones and everything, and you guys don't have to look at my food hauls where I've just bought vegetables and low salt pasta mix, because like why is she not having salt? I mean, anyway, nitpicking, but basically I just really feel like she's pushing this lifestyle of pro anorexia almost. I mean, she wouldn't say that, and people that are fans wouldn't say that, because obviously that's a very negative thing, but it's very easy to blur the line between fitness and obsessiveness. And I've been on all of these pro anorexia websites and things like that, so I kind of feel like I know what to look out for and things like that. And somebody who's gone from it sounds like she's gone from quite a normal person to really going down the slope of clean eating, veganism, workout, be afraid of the sun, be very afraid. And it's just, I don't think that it's healthy, and I don't think that people should be watching it, especially because the reason why I don't think that people should be watching it is because she's a doctor, right? So she has this sort of authority. So I think that it could be very easy for you to be tricked into thinking that that's the way you should be, because I know myself, if a doctor told me how to live my life, I would be very influenced by that. So I think that any other YouTuber, it might be like a little bit, you could maybe let it slide, but I think that since she's got, this big stamp of authority, it's really important to point out that it could be really dangerous, and obviously I've already talked about the unhealthiness of being underweight, and talked about the color of her skin being very white, grayish. But, I didn't really give you guys another option. So the other option is me being your dermatologist guru. So, slip, slop, slap, and wrap. Put on your sunscreen. Reapply it every hour, let's say. I think you can get away with 2 hours, but it really depends on what you're doing. The higher the SPF, the better. But you still want to reapply it, because if you sweat or anything, it can wear away. The next thing would be, don't just apply it on your face, apply it all over your body, because everybody's got a story about their parent whatever getting sunburnt in places that they just couldn't reach and things like that. It's a very real risk, so slop it all over yourself. Sun hat is good, although I don't think that those ridiculously large sun hats that she wears are necessary, because basically a sun hat should cover your scalp, because obviously you can't put sunscreen all over your scalp, right? And then you might want like a little bit of shade to help out with the glare and things like that, and get in the back of your neck and your ears. But that big ridiculous bucket thing she's got, you don't need that, because if you've got sunscreen on your face, you don't have to have a big shadow covering your face, because you've already got the protection, okay? So this is just overkill, and this is what I'm talking about with the obsessiveness. It's just, why? And the same thing with clothing that's going to cover you. Yes, you need clothes that cover you if you're not putting sunscreen on. But if you're putting sunscreen on, then you don't have to wear something that's all over your arms and all over your legs and everything. You just got to remember to take a bottle of sunscreen with you, and that's not that difficult, and that's the message we should be sending to people, not you have to buy a whole new outfit for the sun, because that just seems really ridiculous and wasteful. I mean, what's the point in developing sunscreen if people are just going to walk around with baggy clothes and things like that? I mean, I don't know. But so tips from Jasmine. Now we don't have to watch the doctor who is really going down a slope that I think is just going to get worse, because just looking at her vlogs and these shopping hauls and things like that, it's very clear that she is going down a dark path. And obviously you can support her by sending her encouraging comments, but it sounds like she's deleting any mention of weight and things like that. So I don't know. The big thing is that when people are sick, they're in denial, right? And they don't want to hear what you have to say. So all I can say to you, the viewer, is don't be influenced by it. If you want skincare reviews, I mean, I don't even know if you can listen to her, because I don't know what's going on with her skin. It's so gray. I don't know if you can use her as an example when you want to think about your own skin, because she must be lacking nutrients and things, so things that would work on her skin might not necessarily work on your skin. I mean, I'm just trying to think about the logistics of it. But I would be very wary, and basically I just don't think that you should watch her, because it's super easy to watch somebody like that and to start to think, wow, it's totally normal. You know what? I should go vegan, and I should stop eating any sort of salt, and I should just get a big old hat and go around in my big old hat land and things like that. And it's really the case with a lot of people that anybody that's you can look at anybody, and if that's what you look at all the time, you'll start to think that that's normal, and then you'll be like, well, I don't look like that, so I must be, not normal. Because we as humans, we want to conform to the group, and if the group, is Dr. Dray, then obviously you're going to get yourself into a little bit of trouble. So anyway, but we don't need her anymore because you got me, so no problem. Anyway, I'll catch you guys all next time. Have a nice weekend. Hope everybody gets to sleep. Hey, door.